and recording.
Okay. So I recommend that you do start watching the Ultimate Portion Fix videos, because I'm not going to be applying that to my journey as of right now, but I have learned so much in 6 videos that it is mind-blowing. Like, life-changing completely. It's going to affect how I eat tomorrow. Like, I can't believe the information that she's giving you, and I think that it's really going to allow us to reach a lot of people. So even if you're not planning on using the Ultimate Fix for yourself right this second, to be able to promote it and to be able to reach those people that do need it right now, you need to start watching the videos. And they're not long. They're like 10 to 15 minutes long, so you can do them in little short spurts. I did it while I was washing dishes today. I just had it playing in the background. But they're addicting, because the knowledge that you get it's just eye-opening. So
what I like a lot about it is it's a lot of truth bombs.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, like, there's diets everywhere, and why do we need to eat every couple hours, and why do we need to pair several containers together every time we eat? Like, what does this do for your body, and what does it do for your body when you don't do this? And not only that, but it's, Mark and I got into a almost heated discussion, even though we're on both the same side. Like, Mark's a lawyer and he just really likes to argue, because we were talking upstairs about juice and that there is absolutely zero nutritional value in it. And he was like, well, what about the ones that say no sugar added and that they're 100% juice? And I was like, no, all it is sugar. They took out all the macronutrients or the fibronutrients or whatever she calls them, and they're gone, and they put food coloring in to make you think that you're actually getting whatever fruit or vegetable is in this drink. And so he pulled one up and he was like, there is no sugar listed in this ingredients. Well, it was like cranberry juice concentrate. And I was like, I guarantee that cranberry juice concentrate has crap in it. And he said, they can't do that. They can't hide something under something else. And I said, oh, really? Can't they? Do you know our FDA? Do they give up about us? They do not. So he found one, and I said, okay, so let's say there's not. And I was like, look at that sugar content. Is that an 8-ounce glass of juice? And he said, yes, 28 grams of sugar. Whew, 28 grams. And we give that to our kids thinking they're healthy, and then they're bouncing off the walls, and we wonder why they're labeled or like diagnosed with ADHD and all this. Well, you give them sugary cereal for breakfast and then put pudding and juice in their lunch. No wonder they can't sit still and focus. I'm not trying to say that these things aren't real, because they are, right? But there's a lot of science behind them that is not being talked about. People want to talk about vaccines and fight about things to the end of time, but they won't fight about our nutrition. They won't bring out the truth bombs. Like, I feel like these videos have turned me into a preacher, and nutrition is not my thing. But now I'm angry because I feel like I've been lied to and cheated my whole life with all this healthy labels on the front of foods, and then you turn it over and it's crap. And you were duped. And so is everybody else. And I'm talking to these moms and I'm like, it's not your fault. And all these things that I'm saying to you, I didn't know this either. It's not your fault, but it is our responsibility to know better so that we can do better. And that's where a lot of this comes in. Really, she talks about the hidden sugars in the grocery stores and pasta sauce. And she tells you what's a good range of sugar to keep it to or under in a serving of something. But anyway, so all that's in the videos. And I really, they're just great. And I'm not even done. And then she goes through, she even has a video on the psychology of food, right? And she wants to, and there's a workbook that goes along with this.
Daddy, stop.
The big difference here is you had a containers with a 21-day fix. You had a containers and a food list. This is telling you why. This is walking you through everything. The videos are what really, really good. But okay, so how are we going to maximize this launch? First, make sure you listen to the national wake up call from this week. Amy Silverman, she talked about product launches. Whether you're going to do this or not, you need to get behind it. You need to educate yourself. You need to talk about it. And so that was a really good call. I really liked it. And we have our 7-day nutrition group going on, which is really great. We're going to start towards the end of the week. We'll start working on like moving people over to the Snoop group. So April has a Snoop group. And what it is the Snoop group. So I had somebody message me from our 7-day group and say, how do I get these containers, right? How do I get this? And I said, well, I hate to say that it's another Facebook group, but it's a Facebook group. We have another Facebook group, our Snoop group, where we have all the info for the launch. It doesn't launch until Monday, but in there it has all the different packages, you know, what you get, what plan would be right for you, and we've got some giveaways and stuff like that in there too. So I'll make sure to get you over into there if you're thinking of purchasing and joining us or signing up or whatever, however you guys talk, and we'll get you entered to win some prizes if you're already going to do it anyways, and that way you'll get all the information that you need in there. And that saves you from also having the same conversation every time, right? If they're interested, you get them into the Snoop group. So here's what's going to happen in the Snoop group. The Snoop group right now, so if you get anybody in the 7-day group that you're talking to them and they're seriously interested, get them in the Snoop group as well. Just tell them to check it out. Just be a fly on the wall. Just see what you find, right? And then when we start wrapping up our group, you can get more involved with them in the Snoop group. But the Snoop group is turning into the flash sale. And it's I have info about the flash sale. Okay, so 2 $50 Fabletics gift cards are being given away. Any purchase from the graphics in the Snoop group gets you an entry. If you sign up as a coach, you get an extra entry and a gift from your coach. If the do an ad like tote, if they do an add-on like a tote or beach bars or energize or hydrate on after picking a package from the graphics, they get another entry. So if someone signs up with something from the graphics, so probably either like the base kit, the package with the Shaco and bod, or the package with the tote, like all that plus the tote. And then there's probably more graphics in there. I actually scheduled a post in our 7-day group tomorrow morning with a post that was in the Snoop group. It's like if you're already in there, it was Autumn's like welcome post that April had posted with like Autumn's credentials and a little bit of her history, because she is the creator of this plan, and I want them to kind of get a little bit more familiar with her if they're not. So that is going to go in our 7-day group tomorrow, but that's also in the Snoop group. So if they sign up, I'm not sure when the flash sale is happening. I'm assuming that it's not starting until at least next week, because it doesn't even launch until the 18th, right? So if somebody signs up early and gets that, make sure you add them to that group, because if they sign up as a coach with the Ultimate Portion Fix this week, that's 2 entries into that prize, right? So make sure you're telling that to people too. And also guys, so regular Fixate was an additional thing when we did the 21-day fix. And I had people sign up for challenge packs because I said I was giving that away for free. When you get your kit, if you already have your kit, if not, get a picture of the Fixate 2 and post free Fixate 2 for everybody who joins us. It comes with the plan, but they don't know that. Like, people love cookbooks. People love free stuff. So be like, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I plan on doing. I'm going to make a post with my Fixate and my Fixate 2, or probably just my Fixate 2. And I'm going to be like, hey, everyone who signs up for my nutritional boot camp gets a free cookbook with over 100 plan-approved recipes, and they're amazing. The peanut butter popcorn, like, OMG, right? Whatever, right? Sound like you, work like you, but throw that in there. That's a $30 value that they're getting absolutely free. And it's awesome. Like I wrote down front and back all the recipes that I want to try just by glancing through it. Like they all look so good. So that's a great way to leverage in talking about it. April had a really good tip in the group today. She said, next time you make a meal with your containers, either do an Instagram story or, I would say an Instagram story, or at least, at the very least a picture. If you're not story appropriate, whatever. I never am. My hair is never fixed. I never have makeup on. It's what it is. I'm not Insta perfect in any way, shape, or form. But have a picture of you with your containers and then dumping them onto the plate so people can see container to plate how much food. Right? So either Corey Mayo, I don't know if you guys follow her. She's another coach parallel with April. But she did a picture of these containers, 3 containers on her plate. And it was like, doesn't look like a lot of food, does it? And then a picture in the comments of her holding her full plate of food, and the whole plate was covered with food. Right? So we also need to get, like, what are people thinking when they see these containers, right? What did you think when you saw these containers? How have these containers really helped you? I really like, I think it was the call that I listened to today. It was an additional personal development call. And she said, stop trying to sell the products and sell the solution. If you're talking about the 70 vitamins and nutrients in Shakeology, nobody cares. They don't know why they need them. But if you talk about the fact that you used to poop 8 times a day and now it's once in the morning, they do need that. Or if you went for a week and a half without pooping and now every morning without coffee, easy peasy, right? That's what they need. They need to know why, the solution, not the product. They don't care about their product. There's tons of products out there. We need to show them all the solutions behind the products. And so even when you're thinking about this ultimate portion fix, it's not just containers. What is it? It's education. It's education that we do not get out there because all the companies want to poison us with the sugary crack that they put in there because they want us to eat more of it, right? It's a vicious cycle, like all of it. I have been preaching and preaching and preaching lately, and I feel like it's coming from this, but like I'd rather pay the farmer than the doctor. I used to pay the doctor a crap ton of money, and yet I just kept getting sicker and sicker. And now that I pay the farmer, I pay him way less, and I've never felt better. Right? Solution. That has nothing to, you know what I mean? You guys need to, anytime you're talking about it, anytime you're trying to share, think about that. What is the solution in the product that you're talking about? What is it for you? Because you're going to attract people like you. So the Snoop group will turn into the flash sale. Somebody's a robot again. I think it's Michael. Oh no, it's me. It's the echo I hear on me.
I'm still not even talking. Am I a robot?
Oh, it's Michael.
It's definitely Michael.
When you came back on, when you got kicked off, when you came back on, you haven't talked yet. I made an Instagram story of her talking like a robot when we first got on. It was funny. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. Oh, and she's going to come back and hopefully not be a robot anymore. Nah, you're normal. Okay. Why don't I toss it over to you? Do you have anything to add there so far?
Well, I missed part of that when my internet went out, but I haven't gone through a whole lot of the videos yet, so I don't really have much input there. I do think we need to focus on the people that we now have solutions for that we didn't before, like the people who have their own exercise regimen but are lost in the nutrition aspect. Shakeology is a big nutrition, key. So if you are going to be talking to them about how to change their life, this comes in the challenge pack with the Shakeology, and we believe in Shakeology because it makes the difference for us. And so don't be worried about them not having Beachbody On Demand. They can do their own fitness thing, and we are here to help them in whatever aspect they need us to help them in for their healthy lifestyle. So people who have the exercise regimen but don't have a clue on what to do with nutrition, we now have an answer for them. pregnant women, we have something for them. People who are nursing, I haven't gotten there yet, but she's obviously taken time to specify tips and tricks for those people too. And those are the times where you need the nutrition focus the most. It's not about you. It's about the baby. It's about everyone else besides you. And from that point on, it's not about you. It's about the family. So those habits that you start, and a lot of people do want to start when they're pregnant because it like clicks, like it isn't about me. I want to start being healthier, but they have no plan to follow. They have no guidance. They have nothing until now, where we do have things we can help them with. So I think we do need to make sure those people know that we do have something for them. And people who can't exercise, whether it's they have too much weight to lose and their joints, they're just not able to take impact or squats or anything like that. This is a great way to get them started as well. Or people who just don't want to exercise, who don't want to do it. Still, nutrition.
People who are sick of paying the doctor. Like I was in my group the other day, and I think the term is skinny fat. People who, they're just sick all the time. They may not have all the extra weight, but they're pounding Red Bulls and they're eating fast food.
That was me. I'm skinny fat. That was me.
I don't really like the term, but everybody knows that, you know what I mean? But just because a size does not equal healthy. That should also be a post that you make sometime in there. I have people in my challenge group who are over 300 pounds who I guarantee are healthier than people who are 100 pounds out there who are not in my challenge group. I'd bet my life on it. People who are over 350 pounds are healthier than people who are out there in a size 2. Not everybody, but there are size 2s out there that are way unhealthy, I don't know, words are hard, than the people in my group. And you can have someone who's 100 pounds and be way healthier than 300 pounds. It doesn't, just because you're overweight doesn't mean you're unhealthy.
And Autumn addresses that too. She addresses those different aspects of that. Even in that first module that I went through, she explains all of it. She explains all of it.
Genetics, she talks about all of it. And she really she's talking to people in these videos, it's a class. And I really like that too, because you see where it clicks for people. You watch these people and you see where it clicks. Well, yeah. She was like, how many of us eat at least one meal a day in our car? And everybody nodded. And she even talks about where did this trend start? Well, the first TV dinner and the first restaurant both came out in the 50s. That's the last 70 years. And obesity and the overweight epidemic has skyrocketed. Our lives are so busy that it has become about convenience instead of fuel. Food has become, she's saying, food has become everything. It's become a celebration. It's become a reward. It's become a deprivation. It's become all of these things except for the one thing that it truly is, and that's fuel. So, this program truly is for anybody, but especially parents. And even more parents who struggle with their nutrition. Because here's something else that I've seen, and it wasn't until, it's hard because I don't want to place blame out there, but I absolutely hate when I see a mom who's like, all right, I'm ready. And she doesn't eat any of the junk food, and she does the exercises, and she drinks the good food, and her family still eats all the crap. And her kids still have an entire cabinet full of sugar that they just reach up to anytime they want. I've seen it. And I'm like, missing a piece here. Yes, it's so good for you, but do you want your kids to be in this spot in 20 years from now? Do you want them to struggle the way that you struggled? Do you want them to go through it? I don't want to blame people for not knowing the truth, because it's really hard to find the truth out there in this world. But we now have a tool that lays it out for them. And so I'm going to hop on my soapbox and I'm going to talk about it.
It's easy to understand. You hear the word science and macronutrient stuff, and you think, oh, this is going to be hard. And it is not. She breaks it down, and it is easy to get. You relate to it instantly. You're like, yes, that makes sense. That's why I need to eat that. That's why I should eat smaller meals every single time. Oh, that's how my metabolism gets better. Like, she breaks it down, so it makes sense to you. And you know what kills me, you know, Melissa was talking about the parents and stuff, and I am really bad at, okay, something amazing happened, or it's a birthday, let's go out to eat and let's have food. That's what everybody does, right? Oh, I'm sad, I'm having a really bad day, I need to have food. That's what I do. And I'm potty training my daughter, and every time she gets to go to the bathroom, she gets a cookie.
Mm-hmm. See?
Like,
and she's like, oh, she even says in there, she's like, stop rewarding.
yes.
The first video I saw with the kids, stop rewarding your kids with food.
Yes. And I was
Reward
like,
them with anything else.
yes. At first I was like so mad at myself. And then I realized, no, I wasn't realizing I was doing it.
Right.
And so now I'm okay. But I'm like, oh, well, what am I going to do? And there are so many things you can do. Like the first thing that came to my head was stickers. First thing was like, she loves stickers. We're putting a sticker up every single time. Like, those little things will change everything for these parents and these kids.
Yep.
They will. It'll change everything. And like, I mean, I've been healthy, or, you know, a health nut, as I've been called, for almost 3 years. And I just learned that today, and I just applied that today. We can always learn, we can always grow, and we can always do more. And it was eye-opening. That's what I mean. I watched 6 out of 40 videos, and it is changing everything. That's it. So,
I had a mom switch from 2% milk to almond and coconut milk for her son. And she went from juice to, she was going to do the squirty things of juice. And she got one. I asked her to see the ingredients. I told her that's junk, fake sugar, and food dye. That's all that is. And so she went to a health food store and bought another one that said flavored with stevia. Flipped it over. Same shit in there. Just stevia. And I'm like, this is why it's so freaking hard, right? You go to a health food store, you buy something that says like good or whatever, organic, right? Well, I'm guaranteed that didn't say organic. But so I gave her an option of it was a strawberry flavored. And I said, let's put some strawberries in the water. Cut up fresh strawberries, put strawberries and blueberry in the water, leave it in the pitcher in the fridge for a day, and then you'll have the real flavor. And so she sent a message to her mother-in-law, told her that Elijah can have 1 cup of milk with dinner or with a cereal, and kids can't tell the difference between whole milk and almond milk in their cereal. Don't even get me started on the cereal aisle. Michael, you will crap your pants when she goes through the cereal aisle. The healthy cereals had more sugar than the kid cereals. The healthy cereals. Like, it's so hard out there. They make it so hard. Not a single cereal that you can buy in the store is good for you and your family to start the day with. That's sad. It's supposed to be breakfast, right? Like,
yeah,
it's disgusting that we live in a government that forces that food on us all the time, and they call it healthy. They're allowed to call it healthy. Like, it's just wrong. I feel angry. Like, I've been lied to my whole life. Like, get angry, guys. Get angry. This is the fight. Like, this is the fight that we're fighting.
We are in an epidemic. We are in a health epidemic, whether people realize it or not. Everything that we see, the foods that we're eating, the convenient stuff, the fast foods, the weight on people, that's now normal, which is bad, right? That's bad.
And we're all like, love, pro body, love your body. And that's great. That is so great. But can we throw health in there too? Like, can we love our bodies and focus on health? I don't care if you keep your curves. I don't care if you keep your rolls if you want them. But we got to work on the internal. I'm all about loving all of the external, whether we want to change it or not. But it's got to change on the inside. It's got to change on the inside. And this is how we do it. So we're going to run the group that we have now. I'm still adding people into the 7-day group. If I'm talking to people right now, I'm like, I'm running a free group right now. Feel free to jump in and catch up, or just, jump in with us. And then my plan is, so Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to go through and I'm going to message all my people and ask them, what'd you like best about the group? Did you participate? Like, did you do these things if I didn't see them? And, talk to them that way. And then I'm going to tell them, okay, so we're running a Snoop group about this launch. For this launch, we're going to give away prizes. It's going to have all the information. Would you like me to add you? And then I'm going to add them there and I'm going to follow through there. Right. And I'm also, make sure that you're talking about the 21-day fix relaunch, talk about those old fixers, all that. But this is kind of the path that I'm taking because I feel like it's laid out great for us, and it's one way for us to kind of guide them in the right direction without having to have a ton of conversations explaining the program and different options and all of that over and over. It's one streamlined place that you can even tag people on you know what I mean? So that's my plan. Michael can share that group link in your group. I'll share it in my group. That you guys can add yourselves and then add your people as they're interested. And then make sure anytime you add anybody to a group or move somebody from like one group into, an active call to action group like this or whatever, make sure you write them down. Make sure you write down their names, right? So everybody who you talked to about the T20 launch who told you no, you ask them if they want to do this one, right? Okay, so I know January wasn't the right time. You kind of really wanted to get ready, but you had that bummed ankle or whatever, or you wanted to you're dealing with issues from your doctor. Okay. Like whatever it was, whatever reason, right? Or maybe they just didn't have the money. Guess what, guys? It's halfway through March. People are getting their tax refunds. Like, talk about it. A $250 plan is nothing right now when people are getting tax money and they blow that on a purse. Like, let's save some lives, right? I haven't even started the certification yet. I'm going to finish all the videos this week, and then I'm going to try to start the certification videos this weekend and see how intense they are. Because I'm going on a cruise in the end of the month, and I kind of want to get that done before. Did any of you guys do the certification?
I haven't done it, but I'm
ordered it.
Oh yeah, I ordered it, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The first video, and she says to watch the module first, and then go back to the certification and watch the first video. Watch the second video, then go back to the certification and watch the second video.
Okay, so I'm probably going to end up watching all the regular videos twice, but I'm okay with that. Like, me personally, I'm okay with that. I really want to know this information, especially if I'm going to be tested on it. So, okay, good to know. So several, nice. Also, talk about that, especially if you're somebody who struggles with nutrition. Like, I would not sign up to be certified in a plan that I didn't believe in. Like, bet your bottom dollar on that. Like, I suck at nutrition. It is not my bag, but I'm fired up because someone explained it to me. And that's what changed my life with these containers, is someone taught me even like food groups. Things that you do learn, but then, nobody reinforces them. Oh yeah. And the food pyramid, like, that's not accurate anymore. Like, this is the kind of stuff that should be taught in schools. It just is.
Well, and the thing is too, like, she explained even why breakfast was important. Like, everybody says, oh, it's the most important meal of the day. Well, do you know why? Because I learned that today. I learned why. Because you go to bed and your metabolism slows way down at night. The only way that you get it kicked back into gear is when you feed it that next morning. So if you aren't feeding it until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, lunchtime, even, you're still in the slow metabolism rate. Like, that totally makes sense. And it's another reason why she says you eat every 2 hours, because, you eat your food, your body gets fueled, 2 hours later after it burns it again, you're fueling it again so that it can burn it again. And that's how your metabolism increases. Like, she explains that, guys. And like Melissa said, this is what people need to know. This is what we need to be sharing and teaching and being certified in, so we can be confident and show them, like, I have the certification because this stuff is real. It works. I believe in it. So It's an amazing program. I was a little skeptical about it, and I'm so glad that
And you know what? Here's the thing. So I promoted the Tubi because I loved the concept, but turns out, and I really I wouldn't have pegged myself for this kind of a person, but I need structure. I need someone telling me like how much, how often, like what I should be eating, because left to my own devices, I'm like, meh. Like, yeah, even in this group this week, I'm like, damn it, Melissa, can you eat anything before noon? Like, it's hard for me. I have to like work on it, and it's a process, and I'm getting better because of all the stuff that I'm learning, because it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? It's not just, Alana was very like, you can tell she loves food, and everything is very like delicious and all about being satisfied and enjoying your food, but it was still just all about the recipes and the food. And whereas this, like, it all just makes sense, right? And you're learning behind it. And yeah, so let's talk about what's coming up. What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 9. So April is running. I was going to do a coach sneak peek next week on the 20th, but April's running one from the 20th to the 22nd. So I'm not
hopping in.
Yeah, I'm not going to run my own. So she needs a couple emeralds to volunteer. If you're an emerald, I would highly recommend, because anytime that you invite somebody to something and they see you doing something, well, that's awesome, right? And it's good practice. But I believe it's only open to the emeralds, so I will just be adding my people in there. And I will make sure that if April does not share that coach video of where of our team, where a few people say what coaching means to them, but I'm in that video, so I would send that video. Guys, if you're not in that video, put some makeup on, do your hair, and make a less than 1 minute video, like I'm talking 30 to 45 seconds, about what coaching has done for you, right? A little bit about how it's changed your life, what it's done for you. You can put it together as a team, just your little team or whatnot, or just leave it just you to send people. But, it's something additional to make it personal. So start thinking about, we have 8 days before that coach sneak peek. So make sure that you're talking about coaching, because if you're inviting people to this coach sneak peek and then they go to your page and they don't see you talking about coaching, they're going to have no idea what you're talking about, and they're going to be a little creeped out. Like, I use this analogy all the time. Don't be the creepy white van with no windows. Like, our social media is our van, and the way that we share is how we open up our windows, right? So we stay away from the creepy, because if you're out there inviting people behind the scenes and the first thing they do is go to your page and they don't see anything, well, now you are that creepy white van without any windows. Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's a good metaphor. You need to be inviting publicly, talking about it publicly, and inviting in private. So I really like something that, you know what, I'm just going to share the call. It was a 52-minute call, so I know it's a little bit long, but I took 2.5 pages of notes, and actually maybe more than that. Nope, more than that. Oh, okay, I have 1, 2, I don't know, like 8 pages of notes. I took a lot of notes. It was a really good call. But she says, you need to have, there are 3 in inviting, you know what I'm just going to share the call. But she does make a web, and she talks about a struggle web and a pleasure web. So you go through the main aspects of your life, right? Physical, financial, emotional, spiritual, all these things, all these aspects of your life, right? And then they each get their own bubble. They each get their own like circle. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's little circles and then all little circles around, and then this circle and then all these circles around, and then this circle and all these circles around. So they're all these little things around the one piece. So physical, what were your struggles? Before Beachbody, what were your struggles? For me, physically, I was recovering from major surgery, but I couldn't sit on the floor with my girls. I wasn't allowed to work out. I was out of breath all the time. I couldn't work out. I couldn't even modify the modifier. My knees hurt so bad just from walking. And so those are some of my physical struggles, right? And then, so maybe even it's like nutrition. What were your struggles there? Well, diet pills. I was a lean cuisine eater, slim fast, like bad diets out the wazoo, right? And then on the back, financials, like what were your struggles? Like student loans, credit card debt, whatever, right? And then on the back of the paper, you do that same thing, those same aspects of your life, but this way, we're talking about the pleasure, right? We're talking about the benefits. So, and you kind of have those same things. So what are now like the physical benefits? Like, look, I mean, I can play with my girls. I got that healthy pregnancy that I wanted. I have, I'm strong. I am giving myself the best possible outlook with my pain. It saved my life, literally, like, right? And so you use these webs to make your posts. These are where your social media posts come in, right? And my clock is telling me that it's time to go to bed because I started setting an alarm for myself. I mean, it gives me an hour notice, but it's my bedtime, y'all. So do we have any questions? So.
No, I mean, I don't have anything to add or anything like that. I did you're talking about the web and and the posting and stuff. I went through the why video today and I loved that because I feel like, I guess, as a coach, I didn't really dig deep enough in my why. And so I really used her way of doing it and I dug deep, and I'll post in my team page like what I came up with. But it like kind of surprised myself even. Like you have to find that thing that's going to push you on the days you don't want to. So just don't be afraid to go back to those basic things. Like don't be afraid to use a web. Don't be afraid to rewrite your why. Don't be afraid to relook at your vision and make new goals, and your lifestyle is going to change and your season of life is going to change. So everything else is going to change with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So watch those videos. As you can tell, Melissa and I are all fired up about them.
Very fired up. Mark's like, I mean, I'm on board, babe. I'm like, just watch the videos. Like, I'm not arguing with you. Watch them. I'm like checking I just bought new shampoo and it says it's gluten-free. And I'm like, what the crap now? Is this something that I really have to check? Like I'm gluten-free, like
shampoo,
like
gluten absorbed.
It's in your beauty products, like, right?
I have gluten-free organic shampoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Why do I need wheat in my shampoo? What? Right? Hey.
I have one that says vegan. So
in case you want to eat it, I mean. Okay, so look at your wheel that we made. Maybe you need to readjust based on you. I gave you guys some ideas, but I want you, that web, that should be how you make your wheel, right? So what are the things that coaching has done for you? That's your wheel. I need you to share a tidbit every day about it in your stories, on your page, somewhere. Because guys, the call that I'm going to share, it was in the Star Diamond push group. Michael, I'll resend it to you. It's called Inviting Like You're Inviting to a Party. And it's true. Like, this is the best group of people I have ever known. These trips are legit. I'm about to go on a cruise, and let me tell you, I freaking need it. Like, I'm like, and now my daughter has pink eye, and I can't even send her away for somebody else to watch her. And I'm like, damn it. But even that, I would have had to take this whole week off from work. I remember getting shit from my boss because I had to take off one day because Elsie was up all night. He lectured me about it. Like, this is mom life, dude. I have kids. What do you want me to do? I literally did not sleep. I'm no good to you today. No good to you today. He did not care. Did not care about me or what my family needed. And yet here I am. I'm probably going to have the second highest paycheck that I've ever had. And I'm home all week with my daughter, and I'm getting ready to go on a cruise that I still will not have a pedicure for. I'm placing bets. every time I like post a picture of my weight because I've been losing, I'm like, so I haven't gotten that pedicure, guys. And like, and I had somebody message me and be like, make sure you get that pedicure. Like, that's the kind of stuff that people are like, oh yeah, she's my chick, right? Like, make fun of yourself. She even says in there, when I throw out a sweaty selfie, I either try to entertain people or educate people. So I either try to like make people laugh with my workout, like I peed myself or somebody else peed in my weights, like whatever, or add some value, right? Yeah. So it's the 12th. That's 8 days. I would make 2 coaching call to actions and 2 challenge group call to actions by the 18th of the launch and the 20th. So you've got 6 to 8 days for 2 call to actions. So it's Tuesday and we launch Monday. So I would do like Thursday and Sunday night for the nutrition. And Sunday night, think about it, like, so people just spent all weekend eating bad food and they're waiting for another Monday. Like they're gonna start over on Monday. Guess what? They can actually start over on a Monday now. Like they can start the rest, not over, not again. Like let's just start, let's learn and let's go. And so you never have to be here on a Monday again, right? So something in there. How does it resonate with you? What did Sunday nights used to be like for you? Right? Did you pig out all weekend and then say you would do better on Monday? You know what? You want to make sure that everything is relating to you and your story because it needs to be authentic. Because when we invite people, it needs to come from a place of authenticity. Whether that's a cold invite for this person, it was a cold invite. And she's like, that's just me. I cut to the chase. I want someone to cut to the chase with me. And I'm like, that's not me. I have to create the relationship. Like I'm not a cold person. Like I will love you forever kind of person. Like that's me. Right. So, all right. So Thursday and Sunday, I would do your call to actions for the, nutrition group. And then I would do, a coach post call to action maybe Wednesday, maybe tomorrow. And then definitely make some kind of a coach post on Friday because everyone is like, thank goodness it's Friday, right? I don't mean like Friday night. I mean like Friday morning. Like, and so everyone's TGIF, they're in that mode. And whether you have a full-time job or what, like say about how coaching kind of brings like life to the Mondays, life to the Tuesdays. Like for me, every day feels like a Friday. I mean, a Friday serves no purpose in my world, but I understand the purpose that the Friday used to serve and what that means to me now. That means that I don't have just 60 hours before I have to come back in and see the person that I hate the most in the world, my boss, right? I would literally count down the hours in the weekend and it would crush me like the lower and the lower they got. So like share what that is for you. I don't talk about that enough because I got over it. It was a really, really hostile, bad situation. And I don't talk about it enough as I should because there are people still out there being treated like crap in their jobs. Like I was like way, way too many. And we just put up with it because we think I had student loan debt out the wazoo. Like I never dreamed of just quitting my job and like, I don't know, working from my phone, right? I looked up jobs to stay at home and all I could figure out was a nanny. Like that's the best that I could do before I actually like quit my job and then coaching fell into my lap. But I would do, so something to hit on Friday for coaching. And then the sneak peek is Wednesday. So I would do like something Monday or Tuesday, honestly, Tuesday. And I would say like, how many people you got started on a new nutrition journey on Monday? Like, and not just that you got 8 people started. What does that mean for those 8 people? What does that mean for those 2 people? Like, what is in store for them? What is about to change? What did they get? What is the solution? What is their solution, right? Okay, guys. I don't think Michael's hopping back on. And if she does, she'll probably be a robot again. So that's it, y'all. We'll be sharing some calls. So use that as your personal development this week. Use your Ultimate Portion Fix videos as your personal development this week. There's lots of stuff. So make sure you get your people from the 7-Day Nutrition group into the Snoop group, and that Snoop group will just turn into the flash sale, so they're in the right place. And then we get them into the nutrition group, and then anyone who you've talked to about coaching in the past or who likes, comments on your coach post, they get an invite to the group. Guys, before you send that invite to the coach opportunity, I want you to think about how much you love this family. I want you to think about how much you enjoy these Tuesday nights. I want you to think about everything that coaching has given to you, because I don't give it enough credit. Like, it's literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I say that knowing that it has made me a better person for those 3 people upstairs, because they deserved better than the person who I was when I met my husband, without a doubt. And I would not have got here without this community and these tools. They've saved my life, and I've seen that they can do it for other people too. So when I invite someone to this opportunity, I don't feel icky about it. If it's not for them, that's cool. There's no pressure there. It's not for everyone. But for the people who it is for, it could change their life. It could change their life more than you know. You cannot prejudge someone. You cannot make this decision for them. So all we do is offer, right? And we're not even giving them all the information. We're just asking them if they want to come to a group, maybe win some free mom juice, some free gift cards, and check it out, right? And then it's up to them. I'll tell them, like, this is just a conversation, not a contract. Like, right? Okay. Have a good one, guys. When this gets uploaded, I will get it to the groups, and we will see you guys next Tuesday, if not before. Have a good one. Thanks for hopping on, guys.